He waits. That's all he can do. Tick follows tock, follows tick, follows tock, follows tick. In this game, you create your own destiny. Here's to the boys. Here's to the determination. Here's to the 90 minutes of agony we will face to reach our goal. Here's to us getting back to where we belong. Here's to the Premiership. What will come to those who wait?
12 months ago, Sunderland were bottom of the Premiership. 8 months ago, Sunderland were bottom of the Championship. Enter Roy Keane. Now promotion is in their own hands, and Sunderland fans are passionate again about their football club. It is Sunderland against Burnley at the Stadium of Light. Commentators Chris Kamara, and first of all with the team news, it's Bill Leslie.
League game number 40 in charge of Sunderland tonight for Roy Keane, and he's yet to name the same starting 11. He makes 3 changes tonight from the 3-1 defeat last week at Colchester. Danny Simpson fit again after he missed out at Layer Road with a hamstring problem. Anthony Stokes and Liam Miller, they're recalled as well. For Stokes, it's the first start in 5 weeks, and Miller back in after 2 games out. 2 of the PFA Championship Team of the Year in here, Carlos Edwards and Dean Whitehead. Burnley still on a high after their last gasp win against West Bromwich Albion on Monday, but midfielder James O'Connor still feeling the effects after the clash with Paul McShane that saw him knocked unconscious. Chris McCann replaced him on Monday and scored the winner too. He's in from the start this evening for the first time in nearly 2 months. A return to the Stadium of Light as well for Andy Gray. Back in form at just the right time to upset his former employers perhaps. 3 goals in the last 2 for him. Also a recall to the starting lineup for on-loan Norwich striker Paul McVeigh. 2 changes then from the side that started at Turf Moor on Monday. Two games to go in the Coca-Cola Championship. 2 wins and Sunderland will be a Premiership club once more. Sounds simple, doesn't it? But after their first defeat of 2007, what sort of a reaction are we going to see here in front of their biggest crowd of the season?
What a crowd as well. Listen to that atmosphere. They're willing that ball into the back of the net already.
Burnley come here in the form of their season, 5 wins in their last 6 games, and not just any old games as well. They've been to St Andrews and upset Birmingham. They've beaten Cardiff City when they still harboured ambitions of getting into the playoffs. And of course on Monday they derailed West Bromwich Albion's promotion push.
Well, they're playing fantastic at the moment.
And Sunderland are no slouches, and this is Carlos Edwards right up there in the running for their player of the season. Liam Miller, one of the 3 players recalled to Sunderland's starting lineup. Work for Thomas to do up against Anthony Stokes. But Sunderland have surrendered it. Burnley all in claret, look to come forward. Stokes has won it back though for the Black Cats. John Harley with the challenge.
Just what the crowd needed early on, was to see 1 or 2 players winning a couple of challenges.
Connolly. Carlos Edwards. It's going to be a busy night, you sense, for John Harley at left back. He's got the better of the Trinidad and Tobago international that particular time. And this is Simpson. big boost for Sunderland to have one of their on-loan Manchester United youngsters back and available. Of course, not the only reason, Chris, last week, but it's the first time in 10 games that their back five, if you include the goalkeeper, has been interrupted, and it's the only time they've lost.
Yeah, no coincidence there then, is there? But I like him. Simpson, like him a lot. So Alex Ferguson doesn't outbreed him good, and him and Evans are top draw.
Plenty of added spice for Burnley, although we heard Steve Cottrell say beforehand it's not in his mind the fact he spent an unsuccessful spell here as Howard Wilkinson's assistant. He returns to the Stadium of Light, so too Stephen Caldwell. There was surplus to requirements for Roy Keane earlier on this season, and Andy Gray, an unhappy year for him last year. Just the one goal in 22 appearances as Sunderland were relegated from the Premiership. This is Eric Djemba trying to get the ball into the mix for Burnley.
Well, they haven't come here to lose. That's one thing for certain, Burnley. They'll give it a real go. They're in good form. Like I said earlier, they owe their manager after that run. They owe their supporters.
Hard to justify it when you are failing to win week after week, and it was 19 games in all competitions, 18 of them league contests that Burnley couldn't find the winning points, but Steve Cottrell adamant that their performances were never as bad as the run would suggest, and the way that they have turned it around would suggest that he was correct in that assertion. Picked up by the busy Connolly, but at the same time given away. This is Djemba. Wade Elliott. Steve Jones. And Andy Gray. Harley's made the overlapping run, wide on the left for Burnley. Here he is now, John Harley. Jones. Nosworthy for company, and back comes Carlos Edwards to help out. McCann, the teenage Irishman. One of the two changes that Burnley made due to that sickening head injury picked up by James O'Connor against West Bromwich Albion. Free kick here after that challenge from Djemba.
Well, he doesn't get the ball. Watch his left leg. Comes right in there, cross Connolly, takes him away straight away.
Murphy and Stokes. Connolly has made the run into the box. Stokes trying to pick him out. Caldwell's put it behind for a corner.
Well, he wasn't sure, Michael Duff. Wasn't sure which way he was going to go. I think for a minute he thought, well, shall I keep him on his left-hand side? And then he's ducked to the left there and got that cross in. Got a real doubt into Duff's mind now. Can go either way.
Crowd still pouring in here to their Stadium of Light as it gets ever fuller. Trevor Kettle, the referee here tonight, just going to have a word with a couple of those in the thick of things. Jensen is there, the former West Bromwich Albion man, nicknamed the Beast. A little bit of a physical mismatch with Connolly.
Well, he pushed him. What happens? Big Jensen pushed him. He's doing it again. He's doing it again. Don't get involved. The referee's told him once.
Liam Miller. Stokes is across that. Duff stood up well, but Stokes will get the chance to shoot. Connolly's offside.
Well, the crowd thought it was in anyway. It certainly wasn't. We're on the other side of the post, but he's unlucky because the ricochet, he takes himself offside, miles offside, and it bang comes in there, and he missed the target.
Couldn't stop scoring quickly between November and March, but they've dried up a little bit for David Connolly recently. Murphy with something to try and get his teeth into.
Well, if you can play tonight, you've got a chance. You've got a chance of really enjoying yourself out there on that pitch, because there's bundles of space.
Gray's the target man. Roy Keane was at Turf Moor on Monday night to run the rule over Burnley, and felt that if they were able to stop Andy Gray, that would go a large way to stopping Burnley's creative play. And we heard Steve Cottrell say earlier how the return to form and fitness of Gray has coincided, non-coincidentally again, with the return to form of Burnley. Here's a chance for Stokes to get forward. Carlos Edwards now for Sunderland, saved by Jensen, and Jones can clear it.
Brilliant goalkeeping, absolutely brilliant goalkeeping. Didn't make up Edwards' mind. Edwards tried to play it through his legs, and the big man got lucky.
Sunderland starting to find their stride.
What a run from Stokes.
Helped on by Murphy, more comfortable this time for the big Dane in the Burnley goal. Whitehead back in that central midfield position, that engine room role that he relishes after filling in for Simpson at right back at Layer Road last week. Connolly and Kenneth Stokes marauding forward, leading the charge for Sunderland. Burnley have halted the flow, but still plenty of work to do. Connolly. Whitehead's in the mix, and it's touched in by Daryl Murphy. Sunderland lead Burnley.
Absolutely magnificent start. It's the start that they wanted. And I think it's John Harley, the man that plays him onside Daryl Murphy. And when he sneaks in from the back, he's got an opportunity just to tuck it away. And didn't he do it beautifully? They didn't relent, Sunderland. They kept at them. The space, watch him. Murphy just ducks in front of John Harley. Harley there puts it up and hand. It's an embarrassing hand. He knows he's made a mistake. And Connolly's ball across the goal is tucked away beautifully. And there's the celebration from the manager. And even more animated by the chairman.
One goal from short range. One giant step in the right direction for Sunderland. Gray. That's Thomas. Jemba. Wade Elliott. McVeigh. Burnley looking to bounce back in the best possible way. That's not a bad cross. And a little bit of confusion between Ward and Nosworthy. Not surprising given the noise levels in here, but Burnley have their corner.
Well, I don't think he can leave it. I think Nosworthy's got to play that ball. His goalkeeper would argue against it and say, well, I gave him a good call, but not sure what was behind him, so deal with it.
The Burnley captain, Caldwell, former Sunderland player, he's in there doing his best to get there, and he's barged into Ward. Sunderland have the free kick.
Well, just watch the knee of Caldwell. The left knee just goes into the goalkeeper. That's enough. Now this is the goal again. Connolly with a beautiful cross, and all he does, he steps in behind John Harley. Harley's played him onside, and he tucked it away beautifully.
Scored some vital goals this season, Daryl Murphy. Remember that late equaliser he got here against Stoke City to save a point? Well, that could be the most important of the lot. Here he is again, Murphy. Elliott back to help out. We're going to need to do a lot of that tonight, Burnley, a sense. Nosworthy. Jemba. Outfought by Whitehead. Stokes. Murphy wants the early ball. Stokes wants the glory.
Well, it's worth an effort. So if he gets a little bit more on it, it causes a problem for Brian Jensen, but not this time. It's easy for the keeper.
out the throw. Edwards thought he'd done enough. Gray bearing down, they needed Ward off his line quickly, and he was happy to assist.
Great goalkeeping. Get out there and help your defenders out.
Thomas.
Well, it's 300 mile an hour.
Tracking championship stuff, isn't it? Hasn't disappointed so far. Carlos Edwards, one of the bright lights of this division. Previously at Luton and now with Sunderland. What a wonderful ball for Connolly to attack.
Well, as Connolly points towards where he wants the ball from Big Edwards, and he makes sure he puts it right in there, and he's got to try and take it first time. There's nothing else he can do with it. Get his foot round it. It might scream into the top corner. Not this time. He just gets underneath it. Well done by Thomas.
Just the start that Roy Keane and Sunderland wanted. Dominant in terms of attempt, and one of them has proved fruitful. Daryl Murphy's 8th league goal of the season. Well, I think we've got our answer as to how Sunderland would respond to their first defeat of 2007.
Well, they're so sharp, really playing well. As I said, there is room out there to play, but you've still got to have it in you to be able to do it. They've certainly settled already, not fazed by this big crowd at all.
Almost inspired by it, which is exactly what their manager would have been if he was out there. It must be a very reassuring presence at a time like this, having Roy Keane in the dugout, all those trophies at Old Trafford, 7 of them league titles. He knows exactly what's required when the going gets tough in the season running. Simpson looking for Connolly, who is brought down, and it's a penalty kick for Sunderland. Thomas penalised.
Well, he does lean on him, but this is a soft penalty for me. He does lean on him, but what's happening here? Look at that. I mean, how can that be a penalty? Let's be fair. Come on, Mr. Kettle. The ball's away and gone. There now. And there's the contact now. Absolutely shocking. Look at Mr. Kettle's position. Well, if they needed a hand, Sunderland, they got one. And they've got one now.
A yellow card for Stephen Caldwell, leading the Burnley chorus of disapproval. From what we've seen, he may have cause to. However, the referee's not going to change his mind, and first yellow card of the night. Well, it was his involvement which won the penalty for Sunderland, David Connolly. And it will fall to the little man with the goal-scoring touch to try and double Sunderland's advantage. Hasn't scored in the last 7 games.
Well, Duff's telling the referee the ball's not right on the spot. Got to change it. Add to the pressure.
Connolly saved by Jensen. Burnley may well feel that justice has been done.
Well, what a great save by the keeper. You gamble, you go the right way, and then you stick out a big hand, and away it goes.
Giant presence in that Burnley goal, isn't he, Brian Jensen? Sunderland restricted. Carlos Edwards. Gray. Jones. John Harley.
Well, they'll be quite happy, Sunderland, because at the moment everything's just in front of them. There's nothing in behind. Gray's not getting in behind and running at them. Neither is McVeigh. So it's not too much of a concern, even though they've got a bit more of the ball than they would like.
Whitehead, bravely by Connolly. And a chance for Murphy to break forward here. It's Murphy again, away by Jensen. Nearly came back for Connolly. Carlos Edwards, what can he do? Looking to tee it up for Miller, and he's put it wide.
Well, he's too careful with it, Miller. When he sets it up for him there, Edwards, but there's great opportunity. Just look at this first touch that takes him away from everybody. Harley thinks about the challenge and thinks, no, I'm not getting involved. The referee's already given one, he won't give another. I'll trust me big goalkeeper. And then Miller with that side footer. Great save again by the big man. He's been colossus in that goal for Burnley. And look at that, he's just trying to play it round people rather than give it a good thump. Liam Miller.
Well, if you're going to get something at the Stadium of Light against Sunderland side in the sort of form that they are, then you're going to need a big game from your goalkeeper, and so far Jensen's fulfilling that brief. A penalty save from Connolly, and doing his bit elsewhere as well. Might need to do a little bit more here. It's Carlos Edwards, and Jensen again, right up to the mark.
Magnificent goalkeeper. His starting position was excellent there, because even though Carlos Edwards was there, he was never going to get there after the touch from Harley.
Collins. That's a free kick against Thomas and Burnley.
Here's a handful, Murphy.
Edwards, he's pulled away from Harley. Joeka Johnson, just there in the nick of time, wasn't he? And now Jemba. McVeigh. Back to the Cameroon international. Now come find Steve Jones, the man from Northern Ireland. Harley. Gray getting no change out of Nosworthy, and it's back in the hands of the men in red and white. Duff. Jemba, that's an excellent ball for Elliott to chase. Ward is out, there's contact, and there is a penalty kick for Burnley.
Well, I have to say once again, yeah, exactly. I'm the same as you, Wardy. You got a touch on the ball there as he touched it forward, and he's saying the referee's made the decision. It should be the assistant who makes it. But Jemba has been excellent in his last 15 minutes. What a wonderful pass that is to Elliott. Where's the fingertips on the ball, and then the contact with Elliott afterwards. Watch the contact. The linesman and the assistant looking across that line. It's fingertips for me with Ward on that ball, and then Elliott goes down. Let's have a look. Does Elliott touch the ball? Elliott touches the ball, that's for certain. Does Ward touch the ball? That's inconclusive at the moment. But for me, I think he got a little fingertips on it.
All just a case of history repeating itself. Question marks over the penalty kick awarded to Sunderland. They missed that. Burnley now have their chance from the spot. And Andy Gray, who spent a painful season here at the Stadium of Light last year before joining Burnley, is going to try to be the man to convert it. Gray with 3 goals in his last 2 games in the claret of Burnley. And he has levelled it up. It is 1-1 at the Stadium of Light. Sunderland peg back.
Well, as cool as you like from Andy Gray, because he is getting absolutely slaughtered by those Sunderland fans behind that goal, all willing the ball away from the goal. And how cool is this when he walks up to this? Well, let's have a look at it once again. Was it or wasn't it? Does he get anything on it, Ward? There's the touch from Elliott. Where's the fingertips of Ward? Still inconclusive from that angle. Benefit of the doubt to the officials at the moment. And look at that for a cool pen. Easy as they come, just rolls it into the corner. And Ward goes the opposite way.
A tale of two penalties on Weir side. We knew Sunderland wouldn't have it all their own way against one of the Championship's in-form sides in Burnley, and so it's proved. They have a battle on their hands. And Burnley now have the bit between their teeth as well. McVeigh, strong-armed off it by Nosworthy. A free kick.
Well, now can they handle the pressure? They were taken over, that was one thing. Burnley, Jemba was running the game. It was his magnificent ball to Elliott in the first place. And now can Sunderland handle the pressure? Already Nosworthy, that's a rash challenge.
Joey Good-Johnson. Elliott as Sunderland reorganise. Away by Danny Collins. Miller, who picked up a yellow card in the penalty melee. Ian Miller. Andy Gray back there to win it back for Burnley. Joey Good-Johnson. Nosworthy in ahead of McVeigh. We have a match on our hands now.
Well, they're more than a match for Sunderland now. The seed of doubt is in there. And also the aggression, the willingness to run, chase, see what they can get out of this game.
Evans. This is Collins. Caldwell. Well, we mentioned, didn't we, how this former Sunderland vein coursing through the Burnley side might yet be a factor, and Andy Gray with the coolest of penalties under very testing conditions. Steve Cottrell, the former Sunderland assistant, plenty to smile about as we approach half-time.
Well, I always give my opinion when I see something live, and I thought when I saw it live that the goalkeeper touched it, and there you are, conclusive. Ward's hands did get on the ball.
Well, they had much of it going their own way, and that was through their own doing, Sunderland, the way they started off the match at such a good pace, got that goal through Murphy, and they got a penalty maybe a little bit controversially in the way that was awarded, but they failed to take it, and that seemed to give Burnley belief. Gray got the header on, out comes Ward. Really fell back to Andy Gray as well, but here a chance for Carlos Edwards to break if he can get there ahead of Harley.
Now Roy Keane will be looking around at 1 or 2, just saying, look, get back to how you started, don't change the game plan, let's get back to that tempo that we started. Whereas Steve Cottrell will look at his team and he'll be absolutely delighted now. Tighter at the back, running the midfield. Might just want a bit more from the front too.
And he's got a goalkeeper at the top of his game as well. Let's not forget that when Sunderland have threatened, Jensen has had the answers. Murphy. Simpson. Now Carlos Edwards gone down off the ball. Those are the cheers from the Sunderland supporters.
Big Stephen Caldwell just accidentally tripped him on purpose.
Collins. Stokes. Sunderland are going to rediscover their fluency of earlier on.
Well, they've got character, that's one thing we know about them.
Carlos Edwards. Look, for a second he might get the better of Harley. We've got 4 minutes added on to the first 45. We have Nosworthy. Great burst forward this is. Burnley with plenty back. Simpson. One for Connolly to attack.
It's a terrific ball. It's not easy for Dean Whitehead when this ball comes across to try and edge it into the far corner.
It's the men in claret coming forward here. Elliott, he's put it wide.
Dropped the shoulder brilliantly there. Good Wade Elliott.
Angled in towards Caldwell. Away by Evans. Jemba, it's terrific play.
How strong is he, by the way, Jemba.
Here's Jemba. Floated in by Duff. Nosworthy got a glance. Joey Goodjohnson. And Edwards can clear. It's Sunderland who finished this first half on the back foot, no doubt about that. We're into the last minute of added time. And Murphy has conceded a free kick on Joey Goodjohnson.
He just takes his legs away, just watch him whip him underneath. Might not have even touched him, but as he stuck out that leg, Joey saw it coming.
Caldwell. Well, Thomas got in there, but contact on the goalkeeper.
What on earth has Thomas done wrong there? Absolutely nothing. Giving the goalkeeper the benefit of the doubt, maybe, because he missed the penalty. He missed him touching the ball for the penalty, I should say.
Collins. Well, a night that started so positively for Sunderland has become a little bit unclear in terms of where exactly it's heading.
It's been a tremendous first half. Sunderland had the first part of it. Burnley have certainly had the second half of it.
Well, the 4 minutes of added time are up now. Roy Keane straight off with some big talking to do at half-time, and the talking point here at the Stadium of Light in the first half, the decisions made by the referee Trevor Kettle. He gave a penalty against Burnley, which was then missed by David Connolly. More saved by Jensen, though. It was terrific contribution from the big Dane. And at the other end, he gave a penalty against Darren Ward when the Sunderland goalkeeper appeared to get just enough on the ball. Burnley didn't need a second invitation, and the former Sunderland man, Andy Gray, levelled it up after Murphy had given Sunderland the lead. The Black Cats not having it all their own way by any state of the imagination. Half-time, Sunderland 1, Burnley 1. 40 games in charge of Sunderland now in the league for Roy Keane. 45 minutes, which could well dictate whether Sunderland need the lottery of the playoffs in order to bounce back to the Premiership at the first time of asking. A reminder of what it all means. A win will take them to the summit, with Birmingham at home against Sheffield Wednesday tomorrow and Derby County at Crystal Palace on Sunday. If they can win here and Derby fail to win on Sunday, then Sunderland will be promoted. Burnley, though, haven't read that particular script. Very plain to see that.
Well, they're a credit to the manager tonight. They're a credit to all the teams in the league where they've said, well, we come here, we'll give it our best shot. It's about us, it's not about whether Sunderland end up in the Premiership if they win. It's about us here putting on a performance so nobody can look back at us and say, well, they didn't give it a go. They've certainly done that. Just makes a nonsense of all the people who say, well, they've got nothing to play for. Of course they've got things to play for. They've got season tickets to play for next season. Got ambitions and hopes that they don't have a 19-game losing run. They could have been in the playoffs.
I know that's the feeling of Burnley. They look at the likes of Colchester and Sheffield Wednesday, who've started their runs at just the right time to get into the playoff mix-up, and Burnley feel if only they'd stopped the run a little bit earlier, they might be there themselves. Here comes Sunderland through Miller. Taken off the toes of Murphy by his former teammate Caldwell.
Just chose the wrong option there, did Liam Miller. One pass he shouldn't have played. He had Connolly, he had Stokes to his left.
Both team and support here at the Stadium of Light started the match nervelessly as the first half went on, so the nerves started to grow. What sort of Sunderland will we see early on here in the second half? Positive early signs as they win the corner.
That's always a good sign. An early corner gets a crowd going straight away. Well, interesting fact already is Burnley don't have anybody on the near post or the far post.
Stokes to provide a bit of an angle for Carlos Edwards. Thomas tried to get there, he hasn't. Jensen has.
Well, he's been excellent. Clear shout there. There was no confusion between him and Gudjonsson.
Carlos Edwards. It's fallen kindly for McVeigh, who will seek Gray. Mixed reception for Andy Gray, to say the least. Burnley's goal scorer, Elliott.
Well, they didn't boo him, they didn't do anything in the first half when he hadn't scored. As soon as he scored, that's it. That was the cue.
Now public enemy number one. Duff closed down well by Stokes, who has a chance to surge into opposition territory. This is a great run by young Anthony Stokes. Decided to go for the headlines himself.
Well, that's one thing he'll get out of his game as he gets older, more experience. The shooting on sight policy, when he draws people out, he's got to play people in.
Edwards, Connolly has it, appeals for handball.
Well, he's late reacting, that assistant on the far side. I don't think there's any doubt when he cushions both of his hands together that that ball bounces off it. But just watch, we'll see from the angle, if we can see the assistant in shot, that he very, very late in putting the flag up once again. Just watch him. Initially, when the ball comes in, there it is. How went late is the flag? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 steps before he lifts the flag.
Jason Tyas is the referee's assistant on the far side, having a significant role to play in proceedings. That's Elliott! Oh, goodness me! A firecracker from Wayne Elliott! And Sunderland trail Burnley!
Oh, what a magnificent goal. What a brilliant goal. This is a strike among strikes, I can assure you. When Wayne Elliott hits this ball, only he knows where it's going, because it's heading towards the top corner. Watch his first touch, and then he strikes the ball on his second touch. Bang! Just hits the outside of his boot. It's swerving away. The goalkeeper doesn't stand a chance whatsoever. Just look at the spin and the drift on the ball. There it goes, outside of the right boot. Look at that, you beauty! Top corner.
A stunner, which has stunned the Stadium of Light. Burnley tearing up their own form, but the first time since October that they have scored 2 away from home. 5 months since Sunderland have lost back-to-back games in the league. They're facing the very real possibility of ending that run. The stiffest of examinations for the Black Cats just got a whole load more difficult.
As you said, that's certainly quiet in the crowd. Got to start getting behind their team. There's a long way to go. Long way to go. There are times as a manager when you just sit there and you think, well, we could do nothing about that. George Burley did it when Sunderland went to Southampton, and it's Roy Keane's turn for the moment.
For Burnley, that's now 8 goals they've scored in the last 3 games. He says it in his programme notes tonight as well, Roy Keane. Why is it that they have had the tendency in recent weeks to come up against the sides who've just hit good spells of form? QPR, who had that awful run of form, pulled out of that and came here, very nearly got something here in the last home game. Here's Murphy to level it up for Sunderland.
Oh, it's a brilliant challenge from Caldwell. Mr. Kettle, you've got to make the decisions you see. It's in front of you. Absolutely amazing. So disappointing. They're out there, big games like this, and they don't see things happening. What a magnificent challenge from Caldwell. Absolutely brilliant. Just watch him. His feet comes across, gets in the way, off the end of his boot, up and over.
An evening of frustration for Sunderland so far.
Well, you can't keep getting decisions wrong. You can't do it. He did it in the first half. He'd have had time to assess things, and now the second half, he's got to be exemplary, and he hasn't started that way.
Collins. Miller. Edwards in space. And they've spotted him. What a great ball in. The Carlos Edwards! Jensen goes to ground, and it's another penalty. The 3rd of the night, and that time, I don't think there can be too many complaints.
Well, Liam Miller, what a ball this is to Carlos Edwards. Absolutely the stuff that absolutely wins you football matches. It's brilliant from Miller, and the take from Carlos Edwards is even better. Harley thinks he's got this. I'll just deal with it. No, you haven't. It's over the top of your head. The first touch is brilliant. The goalkeeper comes out. He doesn't have to make any contact because he's never ever going to get the ball. It's only the slightest contact, but Edwards plays for it, comes across him, over the goalkeeper's shoulders. Stonewaller.
Now look at this. David Connolly, who's missed a penalty already. With Sunderland trailing, has a spot kick to level things up. No doubt about that one. David Connolly has Sunderland back at 2-2.
What a magnificent strike. Well, the goalkeeper's tried to psych him out this time because he's thinking, right, you're going to change the way that you went the first time. This time, I'm going to go the opposite way. See if you play it in there. No, you didn't. He changes it brilliantly and sticks it in. The reaction from the chairman says it all, and the manager says, well, we're drawing. 2-2.
Well, the stakes couldn't really be higher for Sunderland at the moment. They saw automatic promotion for the first time in some weeks start to drift out of their own control. Nerves of steel from Connolly, who, remember, hasn't scored in 7 games before tonight. Had seen Jensen save a penalty from him in the first half. He went for power, and boy did he connect with it. Offside flag up against Connolly.
All of a sudden, a new lease of life in their legs. The fans are up for it once again. The desire and the passion is back in abundance.
And when times get nervy and you've got a crowd of 45,000, you're feeling the nerves with them. Can get a little bit edgy, but when they're on your side, as they are again now, right behind the men in red and white stripes, it's formidable. Jemba. Jones. Free kick for Burnley.
They're going to appeal for everything now. That ball and the tempo will be as high as it possibly been since the game started now.
Jemba. One back by Whitehead. Dean Whitehead looking to pick out Carlos Edwards again. In by Simpson.
Couldn't generate enough power there, Murphy. Just gone a bit ragged at Burnley. The crowd can sense it as well. This is our chance.
Well, Steve Cotterill's ready to make his second substitution. The first, you might remember, enforced on him due to that injury to Chris McCann in the first half. The imposing figure of Andy Akinbai down there on the touchline, about to come on. There's Danny Collins, Dean Whitehead, starting to get a control of proceedings in the heart of midfield again. Simpson. This is a wonderful run forward by the young fullback. Miller. Carlos Edwards. Liam Miller, whose ball started the move, which led to Sunderland's second penalty of the night. Collins.
Well, they give him another chase, and once again, playing at such a high tempo. Once again, Burnley cannot get near the ball.
Andy Akinbai, who started the last couple of games, but found himself coming on again from the bench. Jemba. They're starting to find Carlos Edwards with regularity, and Edwards starting to find his feet. Jensen tips it round the post.
Well, he's such a good player, isn't he, Carlos Edwards? As you said, they've found him plenty of times in the second half. You never know which way the ball's going with him. He can't take any chances there, Jensen.
Caldwell can clear. Dance beyond the challenge of Collins, and this looks promising. McVeigh. Touched away by Ward. He just did enough.
It's a great little ball back in from McVeigh. An absolute beauty, because Andy Gray and Akinbaye are in there. Look at them right on top of the goalkeeper and his fingertips to get it away.
Not the tallest of goalkeepers, is he, Darren Ward, but he needed to use every single outstretched sinew there to get it away for this Burnley corner. Elliott will take it, an added element of strength in there in Adi Akinbaye. Here's Joey Goodjohnson.
Well, he's got two great feet, Joey Goodjohnson. He hits a thunderous ball with either foot, and the concentration on the ball is absolutely brilliant. To take that first time like he does would have caused problems if it had been on target.
It is the end of Anthony Stokes' night. Two players who hit the headlines earlier on in the season when they missed the Sunderland bus to Barnsley and were left behind, swap places. Just under 20 minutes to go, and they're being held by Burnley. Andy Gray. Back comes Miller.
Well, they've weathered the storm again. For me, Burnley, they're well back in this game again. It could go either way.
Connolly giving Murphy something to chase. McVeigh on loan from Norwich City and looking like he means business. Ward able to turn it round the post. Was severely troubled by McVeigh.
Well, the problem he's got, it just bounces in front of him, and when it does that, he's already committed to the dive, and then he's got to get a hand up very, very quickly.
Elliott with Burnley's corner. Well, a good take by Darren Ward. Nosworthy on the charge. Burnley providing just the sort of stern test that their recent form suggested that they would. Duff. 3-2, of course, in the last game that Burnley were involved in some 5 days ago. Murphy. Sunderland still with plenty of work to do. Here comes Carlos Edwards. Edwards goes for the spectacular and finds it and then some. A goal of so much significance and so much beauty. Sunderland lead Burnley 3-2, and their march to the Premiership is back on track.
What a brilliant goal that is. Absolutely fantastic. It starts with Hussein in the left-back position, then it moves on to Ledbetter, then Murphy picks it up. He's waiting for the Rolls-Royce running down that right-hand side, and here it comes. It arrives right on cue. And if you give him half a yard like he is given to cock that right leg of his and put his strike in like Joey Goodjohnson does, you're going to expect what's going to happen, because that's going to happen. Top draw, absolutely magnificent, and that's the most animated we've seen him tonight. And the chairman can't believe it.
The dream is back on. Well, we've said it many times, haven't we? No one in this division knows how to do things the easy way. Easy way or hard way, it looks like Sunderland may well have it their own way. The third goal, which could potentially deliver the 3 points to take them back to the top of the pile, with Birmingham and Derby to play in the next 48 hours.
This evening's attendance, 44,448. Thank you for your fantastic support.
Akinbai. Make no mistake, Burnley are not going to sit back and accept this. We're in for a barnstorming finale. At the end of what has been another exceptional evening in the Championship. So many debates, haven't there been, in recent weeks about which is the best league in the world in terms of quality, in terms of the most exciting. Most of the managers involved in the Championship seem to think that this is where it's at, and the way that events have panned out tonight and over the last few days, you think back to Turf Moor on Monday night, Molineux last Sunday. Hard to argue with the drama we're having in the closing stages of this season. McVeigh and Joey Goodjohnson. Akinbai, Spicer. With anticipation by Nosworthy to steal in ahead of his former teammate Andy Gray. Slip by Caldwell, and Sunderland could be able to capitalise. It's Murphy going for the winner.
Well, it opened up for him. You thought he was going to take it. Stephen Caldwell had two opportunities to clear this. That was the first one. Here's the second one. He hung out a leg. Watch him try and get back the best as he possibly can. He's got no help from Thomas. I don't even know what Thomas was doing. He ducked away from the challenge, and it just went wide.
Connolly, who showed so much character, having missed the penalty, to step up and take the second. Dispatched it in no uncertain terms as well. To level the score at 2-2. Off he goes, and on comes Sturgeon. Should be able to provide a nice cool head up front with plenty of experience. Sturgeon to guide Sunderland across the finishing line here. They can hold on here and win away next week at Luton. Sunderland will be back in the Premiership. They also know that if they hold on here and Derby slip on Sunday, then they'll be up anyway. Such is the significance of these closing stages. As always in the Championship this season, lots of ifs and buts in there as well. Biggest league crowd here in around 2 years, making themselves heard. Launched in by Duff. It's a terrific effort, isn't it? Almost exactly 20,000 more than we're here for the first game that Roy Keane came here to look on from the stands as the Black Caps beat West Bromwich Albion. The growth of Sunderland this season in every single aspect of the club.
The players on the pitch have had tremendous support tonight.
where Sunderland want to be at this stage. Stern John! And it trickles agonisingly wide for Sunderland.
What magnificent body strength from Stern John. Great play by Murphy. He gets the ball into him, and look at that, the power and the strength. Caldwell's behind him, but he might as well not be because he's getting away from him.
Here comes Tobias Hussain. Sunderland still looking to seal it. Hussain for Carlos Edwards. Jensen with a tremendous stop.
What an engine this fellow Edwards has got on him. 1 minute he's back defending, the next minute he's in attack. Hussain's ball is brilliant because he knows he's going to be arriving at some stage. Just took it back in there, and there he is, right on cue. And big Jensen to the rescue once again. Oh no, can't believe it, what's going on?
Sunderland's corner. You almost forget in all the drama that has ensued what a wonderful contribution, wonderful night that Jensen has had for Burnley. Particularly in the first half when they were really up against it in the opening stages, saving that penalty, of course, from Connolly.
He's had a good night shift, Jemba. Steve Coxall certainly got him back playing to his best.
Well, he played any football, had he, at Aston Villa, Jemba. 5 substitute appearances in the last 2 seasons. It's been a gallant and worthy Burnley performance. It's come close. Too close for comfort at times for Sunderland. With 90 seconds remaining, time is running out for them to spring a surprise. This is exactly the way they want to play out this stoppage time. They've kept Burnley back in their own half for most of it. Hussain. There's only one name on the lips of the Sunderland supporters, and that is the manager here, who's breathed new life into the club and got the crowds flocking back through the gates. Eric Jemba is going to be in trouble, a yellow card for him. Highly competitive individual, and frustration getting the better of him.
This isn't going to go in the box, is it? Going to see another little tussle out on the left.
Another yellow card for Joey Goodjohnson, who's no stranger to those during his time at English football. Well, the 4 minutes are up, and so is the game nearly for Burnley. Stern John attacks it. Thomas stood up well. Ledbetter, chance for a virtuoso effort from him.
I would imagine this will be the last attack. I'll be surprised if the ball gets past the halfway line after big goalie kicks it.
The biggest cheer that you will hear on Wearside all season. Sunderland have signed off at home with a win, and they have gone back to the top of the Coca-Cola Championship. The transformation of this football club under Roy Keane so nearly complete from bottom of the Championship to the very doorstep of the Premiership. If they win their final game at Carlos Edwards' former club Luton Town, then Sunderland are a Premiership club once again after a 12-month absence. And it was Carlos Edwards who went so far to turning this game back in Sunderland's favour after they went 2-0 down. A game that had everything, and it's been a run for Sunderland which has had everything as they have rediscovered that winning formula after a very rare defeat. The champions' banners are up, and who can argue? Well, it's over to you, Birmingham. It's over to you, Derby, to see what you do in the next 48 hours. Sunderland have certainly done their bit. They have seen off Burnley on a highly dramatic, high-octane evening at the Stadium of Light, winning by 3-2.
Roy, a tremendous game and the result you needed. What tribute do you pay to your players tonight?
Well, I think it summed up our season tonight. I think the character they showed, desire, determination, and on top of that, of course, a bit of skill. And I'm sure it was a fantastic game to watch for the neutral, but it was a great game and a great game to win.
And how was it for the home side's manager?
It wasn't too bad, actually. I had said a few prayers on the sideline, and I always felt that we'd get chances. Obviously, we're disappointed, of course, with the goals we gave away, as you always are, but it was a good test for us again tonight, and the players have come through again. They've been absolutely different class.
You were, of course, seeking a reaction to that Colchester defeat. What did you think of the one you got tonight?
Different class. I have to say, the last few days in training, any of the players have been as sharp as ever, and they train extremely well. So I was always confident we were going to put on a good performance, but of course that doesn't guarantee you're going to win games. And we gave away a soft penalty, and then the lad hits one, a fantastic strike. So sometimes you think it's going to be one of them nights, but the players dug deep and came through.
David Connolly missed the first penalty and stepped up then to take another. What does that say about his character?
Exactly. It's Dave's obviously been different class for us this season, and again, when you miss a penalty, I'm sure he's disappointed, but it showed the character, the type of lad he is, and I'm delighted he's at this football club, I have to say.
How pleasing, how satisfying, how much relief is there to know that it's still in your own hands, automatic promotion?
Well, of course, we've been saying that maybe for the last few weeks after going on a good run, and still in our own hands. But of course, we're going to have a difficult game next week. We know that no matter what happens this weekend. But it gives ourselves a chance, and again, I think the players deserve that tonight.
The pressure's back on Birmingham and Derby now, isn't it?
Yeah, it just shifts. It seems to shift every week. Of course, it was on us last week after Derby won on the Friday night. So it's up to Birmingham and of course Derby to win over the weekend. And if they do, we'll just be ready for next weekend anyway.
In all honesty, can you resist watching the Crystal Palace Derby game on Sunday?
No, I probably won't watch it. I have to say, I'll probably, Sunday's usually a day with my family, so I'll probably just take it easy.
Steve, quite a game here tonight. Sum up your feelings after it.
Well, disappointed really after being 2-1 up, but having said that, it's a difficult place to come and get a result, especially when I think the referee couldn't wait to give a penalty, if I'm honest. I thought the first one was very, very soft. The second one looked like it might have been. Not quite sure about ours. Haven't seen them, but I thought it was a tough place to get a result tonight.
Was it a case of having to weather the storm earlier on, because they really had a go at you early, didn't they?
Yeah, we knew that was going to happen. We said we had to be tight, but we also had to take the game a little bit the other way. We never did that in the first 15 minutes and paid the price for it. Having said that, I thought we've come here tonight, give them a right game. We've not sort of let them off the hook lightly. They've had to work for their 3 points tonight, and to be fair to them, they have. So you have to give credit where they're due. That win tonight has probably got them promotion. Whether it's got them to win it or not, I don't know. But we've tried our best in the game tonight.
So how disappointed are your players in the dressing room to have lost in a game of that quality?
Well, we're always going to be disappointed whether it's a game of good quality or not. But I need to sit down and look at the tape because of all the emotions of the game. We'd like to think we'd done enough to get something out of the game tonight. I just felt that it's a tough game for a referee to come here when there's 45,000. And I did think that he gave a lot to them tonight. I wouldn't say that has been a turning point in the game, but he certainly couldn't wait to point to the penalty spot, I felt.
So Sunderland's 26th win of the season, and how vital might it be? looks like this at the top of the table. Sunderland regain the leadership, 85 points from 45 games. Birmingham City play on Saturday, 83 points. Derby play on Sunday at Crystal Palace, 81 points. Burnley stay 15th on 57 points. Luton already relegated. Coming up for you on Sky Sports on Saturday from noon, a live Premiership race for the title doubleheader. Manchester United's visit to Everton is on Sky Sports 1 and HD1, and there's Chelsea against Bolton on Sky Sports 3 and HD2. You can see both these matches with our split screen option available through the red button on Sky Sports 1. Then on Sunday, if Derby lose at Crystal Palace, Sunderland and Birmingham are both won, the automatic spots will have gone. All down to Derby. It's live Sunday 1 o'clock, Sky Sports 1 and HD1. Arsenal Fulham follows at 3:30 on Sky Sports 1 again and HD1. So it finished Sunderland 3, Burnley 2, and Carlos was the assassin. It was Carlos the Jackal. From all of us, bye for now.
More sport, news and views at skysports.com.